What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope y'all are having an absolutely incredible day. I know I am. As you guys can tell from the title, today I'm going to be talking about the most embarrassing moment I've had in my entire life. It's going to have some grade A double Q cringe in it, so if you guys could press the like button and comment down below, I would appreciate it. And without further ado, let's get into me embarrassing myself in front of thousands and thousands of strangers on the internet. Let's get it. So I think the most embarrassing thing I've ever done in my entire life took place in my junior year of high school. I didn't want to have to tell this story ever because I like the fact that you guys think I'm cool, but I was getting a ton of Instagram DMs that you guys wanted to hear the most embarrassing moment I've ever had. And if you guys ever want to request a certain story or situation, just shoot me an Instagram DM. I do read them. I don't have time to respond to everyone as much as I wish I could, and that's just because you guys send me like 500 a day because you guys are just the most active, incredible fan base of all time. But I do read them, I promise. Regardless, if you've ever been to American high school, basically there's this dance called prom that only juniors and seniors go to, and it's kind of a tradition that you have to ask girls in a big way. You have to make a bit of a scene, whether that's like a big sign or a big gesture. You kind of want to wow a girl with how you ask her to prom, or at least that's how it was at my school. I don't know how it is for you guys. And at the time, I had this crush on this girl, and I thought that she liked me back. That's kind of the embarrassing part of the story. So I decided that I was going to ask her to prom. So I get all of her friends and all of my friends to help me come up with a good way to do it, because I really want to impress her, because I had a ginormous crush on this girl. Like I was kind of crushing in a way that you don't want to crush because it's a little too crushing, you know what I mean? Like I'd fall asleep and be like, oh, I wonder what she's doing right now. Like it was full homo, okay? Full homo crush. It was a bad situation. So regardless, I'm mega crushing on this girl. I get her friends to help me, and they decide that what I should do is I should go to a tropical smoothie and then make a sign. I think it was a pun on like smooth or something like that, and will you go to prom with me, and ask her at lunch in front of everybody. And I was like, yeah, all right, that sounds like a good idea. I don't know how that could backfire. Girls love tropical smoothie. Me and her were texting all the time. I thought it was pretty obvious that we were supposed to go to prom together. I didn't think anything of it. So whatever, I go about my business, I get this whole thing settled, and I mean, it took us about a couple of days to get this all done. I leave school early, I go get the smoothie, I come back to lunch, I'm like, sick, this is gonna be lit, it's gonna be legendary, off the hook, off the chain, get it, let's go. And most guys would just make like a sign and not really show off in front of all the other guys. So I knew that I was going to be a pretty legendary prom asking, I don't know what they're called in my school. Like I knew people were going to talk about it. So I walk into the lunchroom with this big sign and tropical smoothie, and I walk over to her and I'm like, hey, will you go to prom with me? And she's like, oh my God, yes. And I'm like, sick. There we go. I got my prom date. Everything's good to go. People took pictures of it. It was on Snapchat stories, Instagram stories. People were really impressed with how I asked this girl to prom. I know it sounds dumb, but at the time I was like, dang, this is awesome. Everybody was talking about it, how cute we were together, all that stuff. And I was like, wow, I really did a good job. All right. Look at me. I'm out here being a gentleman, a man, a scholar, someone that people want to be. And I thought everything was going great. I thought it was going to be fine. So of course, as prom gets closer, people are asking her about what dress she's gonna have, what am I gonna wear. I guess that's what girls talk about. I'm not really sure, but that's at least what I was hearing. And I still thought everything was fine. But of course, it wouldn't be my most embarrassing moment if everything was great and people were just impressed with how I asked this girl to prom. No. So prom is getting closer. I think it's only 2 or 3 days away at this point, right? I've got a tuxedo. I'm ready to go. Everything's fine. And I get a text from her, and she says, we're not going to prom together anymore. And I'm like, hold on. What do you mean? I've made reservations at a restaurant. I've gotten a tuxedo. I've gotten all of these things, right? I've paid for the party bus. I literally have organized everything for the group. What do you mean that we're not going to prom together? And she's like, well, my ex-boyfriend and I got back together last night, and I'm gonna go with him. And I'm like, okay, so you're giving me 2 days to find a date to this dance after I asked you in front of everybody, and you are breaking up. Well, we weren't dating, but like, you're not gonna talk to me because you got back with your ex-boyfriend, and I still have to go in this group of people that you and your boyfriend are gonna be going in because I've already paid for everything, and you don't see how that's a little messed up? And she's like, well, you know, I'm with my boyfriend, not much I can do about it. Sorry, thanks for paying for everything. You don't have to go if you don't want to. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna go. I already paid for it. Like, what do you mean? So of course I go to prom, and she's taking pictures with her boyfriend, and everybody's giving me confused looks. And they're like, what happened? And so I kind of tell them what happened, and they're like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And the entire night, everybody's feeling sorry for me. Everybody feels like this is horrible for me, which I mean, whatever, I'm over it. Like, it's not a big deal anymore. But at the time, dude, imagine getting dumped 2 days before prom and then having to go in a group with the girl you like and her boyfriend. And they're all over each other. They're making out on the bus, like the party bus thing. It's the most embarrassing moment ever. And everyone around you, all your friends, all like 30 people that are with you, know exactly what happened, that you got rejected and jumped out of her date in like the last 2 days before prom. Imagine how much that has to suck. I'm embarrassed as hell because I just look like a loser at this point who just couldn't keep his date. So I'm stressing. I'm kind of annoyed at this point. And of course, we're on the party bus. We're supposed to be having a good time. And I have to sit next to the girl and her boyfriend. And they're dancing on each other. They're making out. And I'm like, this is gotta be the worst situation ever. I felt like absolute trash. Like the girl I like is making out with another dude right in front of me after breaking up with me and not talking to me 2 days before prom when I've paid for everything. Like, put this in perspective. I paid for this party bus, and now her and her boyfriend are making out on it right in front of me after she dumped me. Like, put yourself in my shoes and imagine how that would feel. Like, honestly, imagine the situation that I'm in. It was not fun, to say the least. But if you think that's as bad as it gets, ladies and gentlemen, no, 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 no. As you know, my luck somehow, of course, manages to get worse, and in the worst way possible. So whatever, we go to dinner before we're like heading out to the dance, and of course, you know, I'm not sitting next to them. I'm actually sitting with her friend who also came alone, and we ended up kind of hanging out all night because obviously it's kind of an awkward situation to have to sit next to your old date and her new date. That just kind of sucks. But regardless, me and her are just kind of hanging out, doing our thing, and somehow, I guess my date was really offended that I was hitting on her friend. So she tells her friend basically to not talk to me because it's rude that I would have the nerve to hit on her friend even though we were supposed to go together. And I'm like, what do you mean? Let's get this straight. You dumped me 2 days before this dance, and I can't hit on your friend because you don't like it, even though you're making out with your date in front of me? I don't understand how this is fair at all. But whatever, I guess there's not much I can do about it because, you know, oh, how dare Ryan possibly ever, maybe, possibly have fun at this prom, right? Like, you're not allowed to flirt with my friend. That's not allowed. So whatever. The girl that I was having fun with and hanging out with since, you know, my date ditched me can't talk to me anymore because her friend is the one who's like, no, it's so messed up that Ryan, like, has the nerve to hit on my friends at my prom. And she's going around to the entire group talking about how much of a bad person I am for hitting on her friends in front of her and all this stuff. And everybody's kind of just like agreeing with her because she's a ton of drama. And then they're kind of trying to come to me and like start a fight of being like, yo, bro, I side with you. I'm like, there's no sides, okay? I'm not the type of person who's gonna like fight with this girl in the middle of prom and ruin everybody else's good time. What she did sucks. I can't believe she's still mad at me somehow. Like, I'm the bad guy for trying to find a way to have a good time after this situation. But regardless, now it's even more awkward because people feel like they need to pick sides. People are mad at her. People are mad at me. I'm like, look, if it was up to me, we could just forget all of this ever happened. I can hang out with her friend. We could all have a great time. Obviously, that's not going to happen because this girl just has to ruin every night, you know. I don't know what it is about her. I kind of dodged a bullet by her not wanting to go with me because we probably would have ended up dating. But, you know, this girl's just trying to embarrass me all night, constantly trying to belittle me, saying that I can't talk to her friends, saying that the entire situation's just terrible. She's just trying to cause drama. And of course, her boyfriend is, you know, giving me dirty looks, trying to get up in my face, trying to start stuff with me. And I'm not the type of person who likes to fight. I don't fight with people. Look, like, I just don't have time for that, all right? I'm sorry. If you want to fight with me because your girlfriend wanted to go to the prom with me before you and then dump me for you, you're an idiot. I'm not going to argue with you. But of course, it doesn't stop this guy from trying to argue with me because I guess somehow, some way, it's my fault that his girlfriend said yes to going to prom with me and then canceled to go with him. He was mad at me for this. I'm like, dude, this stuff has been settled. I don't care. That's fine. Your girlfriend picked you. That's cool. It sucks. I'm not too happy about it, but I'm not going to fight with you about it, you idiot. But of course, the entire night, he's trying to pick fights with me, and everybody's just kind of paying attention to me, and I'm like, this is so embarrassing. I hate being the center of attention. I really do. I do not like when everyone's eyes are on me. I think it's awkward. I think it's crappy, and everybody was just trying to have fun at their prom, and this girl and her boyfriend are just not letting it happen, and I'm in the middle of it. So, yeah, you know, basically, in the span of a week, I got dumped by my prom date who ended up going with her ex-boyfriend, made out with him right next to me on a bus that I paid for. She did not know why I was upset, could not understand why in the world I would be a little frustrated. Her boyfriend was trying to fight me all night. I wasn't allowed to talk to her friends because it was really messed up that apparently I wanted to have fun at prom and not just be the only single alone guy on the bus, you know. Oh, how dare I? How dare I be so disrespectful to want to have fun? And yeah, that's basically my most embarrassing moment. Like, it really was embarrassing. And Portia was like, that's not embarrassing. Just imagine a whole group of people that you're friends with having to see you, get dumped after making a big grand gesture in front of everybody. It wasn't just the group. Like, the word got around the entire school. Everybody knew that after I did this big grand gesture thing, that she still ended up going with her ex-boyfriend to prom, which just really sucked. And yeah, it was not a fun situation, to say the least. It really sucked. I would not recommend it for everybody. And at the same time, you know, it's kind of funny in retrospect now. Like, at the time, I was obviously pretty upset about it. I was not too happy. In retrospect, you know, that girl kind of missed out, all right? She's not with internet sensation Scrubby because she chose the other boy. And I mean, break that down, guys. You're telling me that you don't want to be with the guy who plays Sly Cooper and tells stories on the internet? Whew, your loss, lady. Your loss. But that's my most embarrassing moment. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would appreciate you slapping that like button, commenting down below. If you guys have any requests, feel free to send them to my Instagram DMs. I check them every day. And yeah, my name is Scrubby. Don't get anyone pregnant. And if you do, make sure they're incredibly hot. I'll see you guys next time with another video. I'm out. Peace.